So this question is directed to Mr. Nikkhil. So this is something I can, confidently speak on behalf of all the ophthalmologists. We see 50 representatives who tell us about different lubricating eye drops, all having the same content with one or two changes here and there. And how are we expected to remember so many eye drops in this sort of a saturated market? And why are pharma companies focusing so much on lubricating eye drops when there are so many options available? Why is pharma not going towards medicines which are less common and just focusing on the lubricant? I understand there may be profit, but it's a saturation kind of has been reached. We cannot remember so many lubricating eye drops. So what is the opinion on this?
Yeah, I think I would like to answer this as a formulation researcher rather than the CEO of a company. I think basically when it comes to dry eyes in India, it's become a Me Too market. You have 100 formulations of the same molecule. I mean, you go outside and you'll see the same thing again and again. So that's getting a bit boring. And I think we need genuine innovation when it comes to formulation science. And that is why I think instead of remembering all these 100, 200 brands, I think what is important for doctors to know especially is that the two elements of things. One aspect is the manufacturing quality, where you're talking about sterility and all of that, which is fine and 99% adhere to that. And on the other hand, you have the formulation quality, which I think is not quite up to the mark. As a formulation scientist, when we were the first ones to develop sodium hyaluronate eye drops in the market, we went through every length to make sure, right from the grade of material to the rheology, to the viscosity, to the osmolarity, everything is formulated to the highest international standard. So we can sell up products in every single country, right from Europe to the global south. That was what the intention was and is. But unfortunately, now it's become a copy-paste market. Everyone is getting into it. Unfortunately, a few doctors are also getting into it. Everyone wants to make a quick buck, and I think that is diluting the innovation strength of the industry. If we want to move towards an innovation-driven market, we need to focus on newer formulations, newer drug delivery systems, newer molecules for dry eyes. And that is why we are also so focused on the R&D. If any doctor wants to visit our R&D center in New Bombay, you will see the kind of work we're doing, right from using generative AI for formulation development, which no one has done. In fact, a lot of US companies have shown interest to partner with us because of the work in formulation development. This is not just restricted to dry eyes, but through various other therapeutic segments as well.
Yeah, but Mr. Nikkhil, I want to know that how do we, so every company will come up with some, kind of trademark that this is something that we do which they do not do. So how are we doctors, like as you as pharma people, how do you expect us doctors to, now for example, you said you've used generative AI for development. Now, it's not like, we actually come to the plant and see, but every company uses this strategy to try to lure doctors to. So how are we going to, make that decision that, okay, this is being done, we want to prescribe this eye drop?
I think
we want the pharma company to think that to be in doctor's position, that how are we going to, how do you sell that point to the doctor?
I think in a nutshell, from a doctor's perspective, you need to look at what the company is actually doing when it comes to academics in dry eyes. Like for example, for us, we are quite actively involved with the Cornea Society of India, for Cornea Society, with the TFOS. So all the academics that we're actually doing, the work that the actual formulations that we are coming out with that are DCGI approved, and these things can be verified and checked. You don't have to believe the medical reps for this. You just go online, you check what the company is genuinely doing in the area of dry eyes, and you will get all the answers there. So I think now, because it's open information, you'll know exactly what companies are doing in the dry eye space. We are developing androgenic steroids for dry eyes. We're developing JAK inhibitors for dry eyes. These are all new concepts, indigenous, which are not even in the US now, and we'll be launching it first in the world. So I think that is more exciting to me than all the Me Too work that's happening in the industry. So I think over a period of time, doctors will also, it'll be easier for doctors to understand who's doing genuine work and who's just doing good medical marketing. I think that will show. So yeah. That's what.
So as a doctor who is getting visited by like 20 reps every week, what they tell, like you are telling that you'll go on Google or you go on PubMed index journals and search which company is sponsoring more of the research. But what they do, simply they come and tell that, say Entod is getting this drug manufactured from this plant, and we have contracted that plant only, and we have got the exact formulation, this is this, whatever, and after that they go into the commercial. So how a company like say Entod or Ajanta or Mankind's, how you can prevent this this kind of budding practice, that is using the same contract manufacturer and getting the same product out in the market?
See, a contract manufacturer is simply like, if you want to give an analogy, it's like a kitchen. The recipe, the chef is the innovator. So I can get an iPhone manufactured in a factory, and the same factory will manufacture another version of it. There is a huge difference. The difference is what in our industry? The difference is the specification, is the grade of material. I can get a sodium hyaluronate eye drop manufactured in a factory where 20 other brands are being manufactured, and I can guarantee you that the formulation quality of that will be far superior because of the tech transfer agreement we have with that particular contract manufacturer, because our team will be there to monitor every single batch and to make sure that our own specifications are followed, not their kind of industry accepted recipe. So the recipe is what is important. The same chef in the same the different chefs in the same kitchen can do two different kinds of meals. So I think it's about that, and that I think something which I think sometimes doctors don't understand. It's manufactured in the same place. It must be the same thing. I'm telling you, with our overall collective 47 years of experience, it makes a huge difference. And we know because we can analyze these things. We can check the viscosity, the osmolarity, all the kind of parameters that you would check. So the contract manufacturer is just a place where you make the product, where you design, research the product is your lab. How strong is your lab? How strong is your R&D is what is going to take this market forward in the next 10 years.